Hello and welcome to Dragon Talk, everybody.
Yay!
We're back.
We're back.
We're
in
here.
person.
There's no snow
It's a beautiful
currently
day.
on the ground.
No, it's not coming back.
It's a bit chilly.
It's a little chilly, but I can handle it.
I heard March is going to be like a lion here in the
and
beginning.
then like a lamb,
And then potentially lambish.
like a butter lamb.
Lamb-like,
I hope so.
maybe with some hooves.
And some soft, fuzzy fur.
It's not really soft, though, really. Isn't wool kind of scratchy?
It is. But baby
I
lambs.
learned from Sweater Week that wool can be scratchy.
Oh, that's right. You sacrificed.
I did.
Yeah.
You sacrificed
You got to
on
get the
them.
synthetic. It's not that itchy.
It's true. It's the way to go. Hi, everybody. We're here.
Hey,
We've
we
got a
missed
new,
you.
somewhat setup here. Oh yeah, duh.
Huh? Oh,
Pelham is directing me to look at the
Oh.
right thing. You can look at the.
it's new in here. It's like our
I know. Do you see this somewhat new setup with our microphones
Our
not
spider
being
arms.
in front of our face like they've been in the past?
Am I looking at you right now?
Sean Mayovsky from the video team, I believe, was the impetus between this, and I think it's fantastic.
I like it.
What do
I
you
feel
guys think?
free.
I feel free too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we can do anything.
I feel like free to be you and me.
I'm the Lizard King. I can do anything. We've also got our little ship here, which I want to show off as much as possible. It is in stores now. This is from our friends at WizKids.
It's so cool.
It is very cool. I'm combining some of the effects here with some stuff that came through the premium set from the previous. So this is from the Kraken set that you could get. This small boat is also from the Kraken thing, but they can work together really well.
Oh yeah.
Especially, this is called the Falling Star ship, by the way. So it'll be, it's precarious there. But it's all to scale, miniature-wise, and it's got lots of parts that you can pull off and on to get down below decks, so to speak.
Oh, that's an excellent show on Bravo.
What, below decks?
Yeah, below deck.
Oh, sounds dirty. But these masts are magnetic, which are pretty cool. They kind of lock. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
They lock on to the boat there so that you can remove them if you need to, if they're in the way. But if you want to just put them back on, they pop on there, which is, I think, the killer feature for this boat.
I like the treasure chest too.
The treasure chest, those came with the Kraken set, so I don't want to misrepresent that. But then there's also the figurehead here.
Oh, the
And
figurehead
I can
is
move this.
awesome.
Yeah, so the figurehead is a gold dragon, and then the anchor is a dragon's claw.
I know, which is so clever.
It's so neat. I showed that off on D&D News a little bit more in detail before, but I just want to make sure we had like a little bit of a centerpiece for here because we're going to be talking about Ghosts of Saltmarsh with Miss Kate Welch.
We're gonna talk about ghost stories.
In the second hour of this fun thing, ghost stories and Saltmarsh stories.
Yeah.
And of stories.
Yes.
All of them will be in there as well.
Salty ghost
Salty stories. And then at 2 p.m., Kate and I are going to be trying out a whole brand new segment. Did
What?
you know this?
No.
It's called the Random Character Generator.
Oh,
Where we're
I
going
like
to use the D&D Beyond, press a button and get a random character, and we're going to talk through what comes up in that character and then try to put all of those stats and mechanics into a little bit of like, who is this person?
I love that.
Which I can't wait.
I love that.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
fun.
do that.
Kate did something using random characters at PAX Unplugged, where she was a dungeon master, and they did their whole live stream game from random characters
That's
that they
a great
made
idea.
as that was happening. So
Like on the spot, like here's your random character.
I believe so. Yeah.
I think that's a really cool idea.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that, try that out. It'll be a new segment, similar to Laurie Chanot and Sage Advice, adding it to our slate here.
Oh, I love it.
Pretty fun.
Good job.
So we're here this Friday, but next Friday we will be somewhere else.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah,
We will be in the Midwest.
we'll be in the Midwest. We're telling you our Twitch audience about this before we probably will mention this in
Before
the actual.
I've even told my family.
They don't even know
No.
that you're going there.
I forgot.
But we're going to record the actual intro for next week's episode and talk more about this. But yeah, we'll be recording live from Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. I was going to say Milwaukee, but that's not the
No.
actual city where we'll be.
I mean, we'll be there for a hot second.
Yeah, as we get our
No,
rental
we're not.
cars and shove off and race. We've already got like a Cannonball Run style race
Yep.
decided upon. Mike Marles is coming up with the rules right now as we speak.
And a mixtape.
And a mixtape. It's going to be like a mixture between Baby Driver and Cannonball Run. But then, we'll be recording live or streaming live rather from Lake Geneva's Gary Con and talking to a whole bunch of new folks. So
I know.
We've got a pretty good slate. I don't want to necessarily spoil it all now.
It's a whole lot of history
but I'm
coming
excited.
your way.
Yeah. I think we're going to do 7 interviews over the course of the mornings there, which should be great.
So I got to perk up.
I know. 9 a.m.
Which is really...
Good to go.
What time zone?
I don't know.
Is it 7? What's 7 a.m. for us?
Yeah, but you'll be adjusted by then.
I'm pretty good at time
zones. Are you one of those people?
No.
No. Yeah. See, my wife's not like that either. She'll be like, in a place for about a week and a half, and then she'll be like, I'm still not adjusted. I'm like,
oh, no. I mean, I'm not one of those people that gets affected by like a 3-hour time change.
Okay.
I'm just like, okay, is it time for me to go to bed now? I can go to bed now.
Exactly. I'm like, whenever there's bedtime, it's bedtime.
Yeah, you just tell me when.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there will definitely be the idea of, at least from her point of view, being like, oh, we're still on West Coast time. I'm like, are you?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Really?
Yeah.
It's 3 hours.
I don't know. Who knows? Some people's internal clocks may operate differently.
They do.
Yeah. TikTok.
To each their own. TikTok.
I'm going to start singing the Kesha song pretty soon.
It's her birthday today, incidentally.
Happy birthday to
Happy
Kesha.
birthday, Kesha.
Well done.
She's like 31 or 32 or I don't know. She's a baby.
We're old.
She's like my daughter. She could be my daughter.
Wait, is that true? You heard it here first.
Kesha's my daughter.
Do you approve of the $sign in her name, or has that been something
that's how it is on her birth certificate.
That's how we named her. We really wanted her to be money.
Yeah.
Pretty much the whole time.
Yeah. And it worked.
I love it. So I'm looking at my phone like a silly person, but we should probably do our intro bit. This is about you. I had no idea.
That's like every time I would take her to daycare, I would be like, put that bottle of Jack in your diaper bag. Because when you leave, you ain't coming back, Kesha. And she was like, oh, okay, Mommy, you're so silly.
I know. It's weird that you haven't talked to her in like 45 years, though.
How do you know I haven't?
I don't know. Actually, that's true.
Have
you been talking to her?
Of course.
I'm also glad that Ryan used like 7 seconds of that song as the perfect amount of seconds for playing that.
It's actually like still one of my favorite songs.
It's not a bad song.
It's a really
You know why I do like that song, though? And this is totally dorky. It's because someone edited a music video using Star Trek, the original series footage for that.
Really?
That for whatever reason,
it goes together?
It worked really well.
Like Pink Floyd and The Wizard of Oz?
No, they edited it up, so it was not. It wasn't like a press play now and listen to it. It was just so there's lots of weird like combat and dance things in the original series, so they reused those and edited them, so it felt like it was part of the thing. It was quite entertaining.
Check that out.
It makes that
as
song.
Kesha's mom.
You feel like you should have known that if
Totally.
you were Kesha's mom.
Yep.
Good to know.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna do our real intro now. How does that sound? Oh, I hear the clicks. You guys don't hear those clicks, but we hear them when they all begin.
Everything's clicking.
Oh, that's a good thing. What are we gonna talk about for this intro? Do you remember something important?
We're not doing the Kate Welch intro?
Oh yeah, that's what we're doing. The Kate Welch intro. That's right. Okay. Oh, that's a good call too, Ryan. People like that, right? They like adventures. They like hearing about it. Let's do it.
I don't know why people tune in. Why do you listen?
It's because of you.
Lift you up.
Oh, that's right. We've actually finished the snow period of Dragon Talk listening.
And you should probably talk about Kesha too.
But we made it work, even though the snow happened.
We really did.
We were very dedicated, and we could have easily said, why don't we just stay home and get our hair cut?
Shout out to Chris Perkins for trudging
walking
45 minutes in the snow to make that all work for our lore segments there. And then he was, also had allergies, so he was battling
He had allergies?
that. Yeah.
To my cat?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was allergic to my cat.
He said he was fine as long as he took the medication, which he did. But then, by the end of the recording, he said eventually was like, oh gosh, yeah, this is starting to get worse.
She's got powerful dander.
That's why we did that. She's got powerful dander.
She's super dander.
I'm so glad we're recording this. We're back in. Did she get in? Okay, good. Then we are ready to go. You ready? Welcome to Dragon Talk. We are back.
We are back.
This is the official Dungeons & Dragons podcast.
Yeah.
And we were traveling through the snow.
Yep.
And then now we were out of the snow.
With traction tires.
Right. With traction tires.
Yep.
Did you put chains on your tires?
Yep.
Chains are now removed because
chains are removed.
No more snow.
Sunny day.
Sunny day.
Oh, sunny day.
I'm Greg Tito, in case you didn't know.
I'm Shelley Mazanoble.
And we are here to talk to you about both Dungeons and Dragons,
yeah.
as well as a new product we announced.
Woo!
We talked, those of you listening might have heard Matthew Lillard talk about his Sinister Silver Edition.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
I know, right? I had to think about it for a second. But the Sinister Silver Edition. But we are now here to talk all about the Ghosts of Saltmarsh adventure, and we have Kate Welch joining this interview segment to go through all that.
This is going to be real fun.
It's going to be really fun.
Oh, yeah.
The Ghosts of Saltmarsh adventure that I know of right now takes players from level 1 to level 12. You'll be playing through an adventure or a campaign rather, that takes you, mostly nautical themed things. There's some inspiration and or adaptation of the Sinister Secret of Saltmarsh and the subsequent. Well, I mean, you're going to find out. Okay. You're going to find out what those secrets are. Can't wait. And what those ghosts are when you're burying them out of the closet of the skeletons. I'm very confused.
Okay.
But you'll
that's why Kate's coming.
That's why Kate. She'll tell us all about it. But Ghosts of Saltmarsh will be available May 21st, and it is going to be awesome. So
it is. It's got a cool cover.
It's got a very cool. In fact, there's 2 cool covers.
Oh, yeah.
Right? There's the standard cover, and then there's the alternate cover that will be available only in game stores, and it is pretty amazing looking. It's of a Sahuagin coming out at you or at the viewer of the cover of the book. It's pretty sweet. Again, it adapts the U series of adventures. So there's 3 of those created by the TSR UK office back in the early 80s, as well as a bunch of other nautical themed adventures and or seafaring adventures from Dungeon and Dragon magazine also back in the day. So that should be pretty neat.
That's going to be fun.
And you can play them all individually, or you drop them into your campaign or your homebrew however you want. But then you can also run through them continuously and take your characters again up from level 1 to level 12.
Back in the day, we had in 4th edition, we had a program called Lair Assault.
Yeah.
You remember Lair Assault?
I do.
Like super deadly encounters or adventures. And I played in one that had a nautical theme. And it was the most fun I think I've almost ever had playing D&D.
Almost ever had?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, it was like really far up there. It was just so different than what you would typically do. Because you have kind of a limited area that you can run around on. Although my character did have the ability to breathe underwater.
Oh, that's going to be very important, I think, for an adventure like this.
But the creatures that you can encounter are rather frightening.
Mm-hmm. There's something creepy about the sea, because it's
inherently there's
no
something
idea
creepy about
what's
it.
under there, right?
Yeah.
It could be a kraken. That's why we have all these wonderful
could be a kraken.
Tentacles popping out.
We did encounter a kraken.
Did you?
It wasn't great.
Was it released?
It released.
It released.
It released all over our boat. I think we all died.
Oh, well, that sounds about right.
But that was kind of like Lair Assault.
That was like the deal.
You just didn't expect to keep playing that character.
I hear you.
That would actually be a great kind of campaign to do the random character.
Oh, yeah, because then there'd be some...
Because you're just not attached to it.
Yeah.
You just got it.
But what if it survives one? Then all of a sudden you do get attached.
Yeah.
And then it gets taken away.
I get attached pretty easily.
But then there's obviously the falling star ship we've got here would be working very well in tandem with the Ghost of Saltmarsh adventure. So
it's
very cool.
So cool.
That is available in game stores right now. It's from WizKids. It is not cheap. I'm not gonna lie. It is
Do you know
got
how much it
a
is?
$250 MSRP for it, and it is. I don't want to necessarily put a valuation on it, but it seems really, really cool.
Maybe
I love it.
A nice gift for your dungeon master.
A nice gift for your dungeon master. It is beautiful. The detail is great. There's real cloth for the sails.
Yeah.
There's crow's nests and things like that. You can put your miniatures. It's built for being your home base essentially for a campaign like one you can jump into in Ghosts of Saltmarsh.
It is really beautiful.
It is pretty neat. There's a lot more detail in it. You can pull up various parts of the decks, and there's detail below decks as well, which I find fascinating. And then
the little windows open.
The windows open, right where the cannons would be, that type of thing. It's just super neat.
And the figurehead, amazing.
I know, the gold dragon figurehead with the claw anchor.
Claw anchor just got me. Like,
it just works on
what
so
a good
many
idea.
levels.
What a good idea. I almost want to get a boat so I can get a gold dragon claw anchor.
And then we can wear a like a nautical themed pashmina Afghan and just be on a boat.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
And some docksiders.
And some docksiders and some fun coupons.
That was like in 5th grade. That was like all I wanted was a pair of docksiders.
Right? With like the boat shoe, like the leather boat shoes.
And then you had to do the little leather laces in a very specific way. Like nobody just tied them. You had to have them untied, and then on each side, like this little like curly way of tying. That? I don't know, but it took me a long time to master it.
It was very big in the 80s. Those of you who are not alive then may not understand. And maybe it was a Northeast thing only because it was. I remember that very clearly. My older brothers and sister wearing or being around people who had those shoes.
It was very important
done that specific way.
And in fact, I was looking at a lot of pictures last month, old pictures, and there's a picture of me in my little monogrammed sweater, because I was also really into that when I was 10, and hugging my grandma and holding like the box of shoes in my hand, because clearly she gave them to me for my birthday, and I was like crying. I mean, it was like, it was super intense moment.
Well, hopefully you can find those shoes and wear them again on the boat.
Yes.
That we're going to purchase together.
I'm going to practice my lacing right now and pegging my jeans.
I was just going to say pegging your jeans. Yes. Although, remember, we got in trouble last time. We mentioned pegging jeans.
Damn it, that's right. You guys have to remind us of these things.
Right. Things were different. It was a different time.
Different time.
In the 80s.
Kids these days.
Yeah. They've got like momos now
I don't
to
even
deal
want
with.
to know what it really is.
Speaking of kids, there is an amazing couple of products out there from our friends Matt Forbeck, the amazing author who wrote the 4 Endless Quest books that came out last year. We got 2 more.
Yes.
2 more. They're called Escape from Castle Ravenloft.
Ooh, that's a good
which
one.
is a cleric adventure and has all to do with what's happening in Ravenloft with Strahd's lair. And then The Mad Mage's Academy, which is a rogue adventure, and you have to steal the spellbook of Halaster Blackcloak, which all those sound pretty darn amazing.
Reminds me of Umbrella Academy.
Ooh, I haven't seen that. No, is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I've heard amazing things.
Watching it? You like it, Pone?
Yeah, everybody has said some amazing things about it. So adding it to the list. I'm still getting through rewatching Game of Thrones and
rewatching it.
Well, yeah, I want to kind of get caught up before the premiere of the last season. Right? It's fun. I just it's good stuff. But what else do we want to talk about? Oh, yeah, I know folks might be interested in a little unearthed arcana that came out recently.
Wow.
For the Artificer.
There's a lot of excitement about that.
There's a lot of excitement, and people are downloading it and checking it out now. It is a play test material, so it's just another iteration of what the Artificer class may look like, and would love for you to check it out. It's pretty great. Speaking of checking out, Dragon Plus has a new issue out, which is all about Ghosts of Saltmarsh. So if you're interested in finding out more about that adventure after you listen to our interview with Kate Welch about all of it, go check out and download Dragon Plus to your phone. It's available on iOS as well as on Android and on the web at dragonmag.com. Chock full of great stuff about Ghosts of Saltmarsh as well as other products.
Also, do you know what else is in there?
Did
you read the issue?
What else is in there?
There was a whole segment that was about like quirks. I don't remember what it was called, but I know they talked about a familiar that I invented.
Yeah?
Oso de la Fez.
Oso de la Fez.
He was the familiar of my tiefling wizard, Tabitha.
Oh, I remember Tabitha.
And they had a beautiful backstory. So they talked about how he came to be, because I had written a couple of articles about that. And I was reading the articles again. Like, I actually forgot like a lot of like what happened. But apparently my little tiefling wanted... The party wouldn't recognize Oso as a real bear. And so Tabitha went and made a shady deal and sold like a small portion of her soul in exchange for him to become a real bear and a real familiar. And when he was inactive, she wore him like a teddy bear backpack. And then when he was active, he turned into like this giant bear, and he was like super crushing and like totally broken, but amazing.
But also fun.
And nobody could deny his presence then. And then there was also this part, like a small part of the deal was that at some point Oso may like turn on the party, but nobody, only the dungeon master knew what his trigger was and knew like what would happen if that trigger was ever pulled.
Did it happen?
No.
Wow. So it still may.
It still could happen.
So Oso, doesn't that mean bear?
Yeah.
In
Bear of the Hat, Bear of the Fez.
Bear of the Fez. That's
he
what
wore
it was?
a little red
Aww.
fez. But anyway, there's back when John Shinahedi was the art director for D&D, he had a bunch of artists commission their interpretation of Oso.
Aww.
And so we've got amazing artists that actually like contributed a drawing of Oso, and all of those are in the issue too. And it's really, really amazing.
That's
and beautiful
so cool
and cute, and I love it. It was just nice to revisit that.
Awesome. Well, check out that article.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then watch Agent Oso with your kids.
Yes.
Which is all I've been saying. As soon as you said Oso, I was like, oh, I'm thinking of
I think that
Samwise
was like
Gamgee. What's the name of the actor?
around the same time that.
Oh, was it?
But I didn't do that on purpose.
Sure you didn't.
I didn't even have a kid.
Why
I
would
didn't even have a husband then.
Why would I be watching kids
Why
programming?
am I watching a kids movie? Come on. I probably didn't even know what that Oso meant, bear.
Someone just said that. And you're like, yeah, sure. What a great name. Oso de la Fez.
It is a good name.
It is a good name.
You can use him in your games.
I love familiars. I have never been able to really experiment with a character that used one, though. I want to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I almost always try to get one. Even when my character shouldn't have one.
Yeah.
Just
You're like, why would a barbarian have a familiar?
well, why not?
You're like, it just should.
I mean, anyone can adopt an animal.
Right? Yeah. And there was a recent Unearthed Arcana about companions, and I think that's a great way to kind of make sure every class has that ability to have.
I feel like they should.
Yeah.
I mean,
it could be an animal, it could be an NPC, all that kind of fun stuff.
Why deny a character that wants an animal?
You know, because this is such a improvisational game, you know, you want to say yes and, not no, you cannot.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes. And you can have a badger. And a falcon.
And a falcon. So a lot of other fun stuff happening in the D&D multiverse, including the Black Viper is a character that you can unlock in Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms right now. Our friend Vivica, who is the cosplayer who wore that costume during the Stream of Many Eyes, has been a big part of getting that character out there. So that's been really cool. You can unlock that, I believe, this week and the next I think it ends on March 8th. So if you hear this by then, you might be able to jump in and get that unlocked, and that'd be super cool. So check that out if you can. And we mentioned, of course, Beetle and Grimm's Sinister Silver Edition for Ghosts of Saltmarsh is able up for pre-orders now. It'll be coming out around May 21st when Ghosts of Saltmarsh is available for everyone. There's just one release date now, so that's really exciting. We don't have to say 2 release dates anymore. It is May 21st.
Yes.
Everywhere you can purchase that adventure.
But still 2 covers.
But still 2 covers.
1 release date, but 2 great covers.
Yeah, and I want to give a shout out to the artists of those covers, because they do great art. So why not let them know? So the standard cover, which is available everywhere, is by Grzegorz Rutkowski, and I love that artwork of the 2 boats, and there's kraken tentacles in it pulling down, and a Sahuagin trying to climb into the boat. Really love it. It definitely feels like you're on this high seas playing D&D.
You kind of know what you're getting into when you see that cover,
right? You know,
don't be surprised.
Don't judge the book by its cover, but it's a really great cover. But you should.
If you're gonna, then everyone's gonna buy that book.
Done and done.
So.
And then the alternate cover is by N.C. Winters, and it's got that blue kind of soft touch. There'll be some shiny bits in it as well, but it features a Sahuagin, like I said, coming at you, which looks
at you.
I believe the term metal is what people are using to describe that cover the most. Yeah,
I feel like that's a term that's kind of coming up more often.
Yeah,
Like
you just want to like throw up the horns and just be like, all right.
Oh, you're so metal.
Yeah.
Oh, this water bottle's so metal.
I blame.
Everything's becoming metal.
This microphone is made out of metal.
This is so metal. Pelham, you're so metal.
Don't meddle in things you can't understand.
Put the metal to the metal. What?
What?
Nope.
No.
Wrong.
I don't think your metal is up to the test, honestly. I blame, Joe Manganiello and Death Saves for bringing metal back.
Yeah. But it's just like an adjective now that I feel like people are just throwing around over like, man, this breakfast is so metal. Which is, I guess,
is a metal breakfast?
It's the new fleek or fleck. Is it fleck or fleek?
Let's say fleek.
I'll ask my daughter, Kesha.
She's the one who coined that term for sure. Awesome. So, I think that's pretty much all we want to get through for this fun thing. Shelly and I will be at GaryCon.
Yep.
In Lake Geneva, Wisconsin.
Which is great because when I go to shows without you, people are always like, where's Greg?
I know. Same.
Like, just put us together at the same show.
And we'll be doing some Dragon Talk interviews from there. So some of the podcasts you'll be hearing from now will have some interviews from there, and it'll be tons of fun.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Sweet. Let's throw it to our segment, which I believe will be with Kate Welch, and then we'll come back for our interview with Kate Welch.
Whoa.
We
are welting it up.
We got so much Kates.
Kate overload.
Kate overload.
Can't get enough Kate though.
But I'm very excited for this new segment. So let's do it.
Me too.
Random character generator. Go.
RCG. FT dubs.
We can only talk in acronyms now.
IDK.
WTF.
STG.
Shelly. SM. What's your middle name?
GT. Lynn.
SLM.
Almost every girl who was born in the 70s has a middle name of Lynn or Marie, maybe.
Isn't there like a Jessica overload or a Jennifer overload?
Jennifer. That was more of a first name.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
What's the K in Aaron's name stand for?
Kathleen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll never forget her name because of that one story you told that I won't repeat. But
yes.
It still pops into my mind and it still makes me laugh.
It is fantabulous.
Oh, I'm gonna start it. Serious.
We have to pretend in this mitro now that we listened to that segment and it worked and everything was great. So let's do that. Can we pretend?
Put it out to the universe.
Yeah. Let me look into the chat a little bit see how you guys are doing. Icarus, I'm sorry, you're recording already, aren't you, Ryan?
That's fine.
Okay, we're gonna riff for a little bit here. Icarus ATB said they're looking forward to seeing us at GaryCon.
Really?
Yeah.
Will you come play Dungeon Mayhem with me?
Play the Mayhem. There will be Mayhem.
Apparently, I have like a little table set up.
Ooh, that should be fun.
Will you play with me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
I will be. And then someone's mentioning the middle name of Toast. Did I ever tell you that story?
No.
Oh, I think I did that on a D&D news, but I told people that I had two jokes about what my daughter would be named back when I was in high school. One of them is a very dated joke that I'm not going to repeat, but the other one was that we were going to name her Toast. So that.
Oh my God, that's good.
Yeah.
Why can't we just call her that as her nickname?
My nephew was like 8 or 9 when I told him that joke, and he still to this day, I think, refers to Fiona as Toast.
That's who I would have chosen to be Toast as well, not Edna.
No, yeah. Fiona's definitely
and she would own it.
Yeah.
Toastito.
For sure.
Oh, cute.
AK Random Ricker says, Sup, dude.
Hey.
How you doing? As well as Akeisha Roberts. Hi, Akeisha. Good to see you.
Oh, not Kesha.
Not Kesha. Wait.
Wait, Kesha's really listening to us?
Kesha,
she's like my mom and her silly podcast.
Are you really Shelly's daughter? Can you just tell me in chat whether that's true?
Just blink once for yes.
Do the emote.
Yeah, there's my girl.
Oh man, that's so good.
I can't wait to go home and listen to Kesha. I'll have like 45 minutes before Quinn. I have to pick him up. I'm just gonna play Kesha.
I'm a fan of her entire catalog.
I really like her. I do.
I celebrate her entire catalog.
I have no shame in my game. You know what I was thinking the other day? Like Selena Gomez actually has some good songs. And I was like, you know what? When you are firmly set in your 40s and you're just like, I don't care. I can like Selena Gomez. I don't care what you think. I don't care what anyone thinks anymore. I don't care. I like Selena Gomez. I said it.
Somewhere your old bosses at Sub Pop Records
are. Like, I'm glad we got rid of that girl.
I don't know where it came from, but yep, I like her. Don't care.
Zendaya. I like her. I like her style. She's a really good actress. We've been watching the Spider-Man.
What is she in?
She's in the Spider-Man movie that I've been watching a bunch with my girls because we just were on the Staten Island ferry in New York, and so I'm like, oh, there's like a whole action scene that happens on the Staten Island ferry. I want to show them the Spider-Man movie, but she's really funny in that. She plays like pretty much like a goth teen who doesn't want to participate in Friends at all, but then she ends up being, and then she's MJ. She ends up being MJ.
So, have you heard Selena Gomez?
I mean, no.
Okay. Just saying.
I mean, I probably have heard a song, but I wouldn't be able to say which one is hers.
Not that bad.
All right, well, I gotta listen to it.
I challenge you.
Is she the one that's on the So You Think You Can Dance?
I don't think so.
No, who's the star that's on that? That's that she was just in the Rent live that was on. I don't know. Maybe Chuck can help us there.
I don't know.
84R4 says Shelley's so brave.
I feel brave. I thought that I would get a warmer reception to that, and I didn't. But now I just feel scared and sad.
We're here for you.
I need to hear
Don't
some
worry about
Selena.
Oh, and then Bone Daddy said that's metal.
Which
is a callback that I appreciate.
Thank you.
Rent is great, Eli Darkheart. I thought the Fox one, that was Fox, right, that did the live recently. I thought it was pretty good. I really enjoyed the staging of it a lot.
You went to see some shows, right, when you were in New York?
I did. I went to go see Waitress, which was amazing. I was basically in tears the entire time. It's so beautiful.
But you cry at theater.
I do cry at theater a lot, but this was especially
really
tearful.
Wow, like happy tears, or what was it?
Oh yeah, it's mostly just like powerful tears. Basically, anybody who can like sing and hold a note. Oh yeah, I'll be like.
I never will make you cry.
Because you can't hold a note.
For that reason.
Well, I can't hold a note either, so I won't be able to make myself cry.
Yeah.
It's great. Then we saw Stomp too.
Oh.
Which the girls really liked. I didn't realize Stomp's been around forever.
Yep.
I didn't realize it had so much like clowning in it. Like it's basically, I mean, there's the rhythm and the music of that, but it's other than that, the major part of it is comedy that's all done without any talking.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there any talking in that show at all?
No, not at all. But there's communication between characters, but all in like looks and like little subtle prop jokes and things like that. Like the example, they start out the show. For those of you guys know Stomp, it's an off-Broadway show that just has to do with like playing a percussion using mundane items.
It's off-Broadway?
Yeah.
It was never on Broadway?
No, it's on 2nd Avenue and 8th Street. Huh. It's been there pretty much since the 90s.
I know it's been around forever, but I just thought it was a Broadway show.
No, it's been off-Broadway forever. That's why I think that's how they can stay going on forever, because it's lower overhead. In the same theater that the Little Shop of Horrors premiered. But it, so they come out and they're all got brooms and they're doing the rhythm of sweeping, and then all of them are out at this point, and then one guy comes out and he's holding a mop. Oh. And then he just backs away slowly. And it cracked me up.
Did you cry?
I did, and then I cried.
That made you cry.
And then I threw my tears at him. And I was like,
bravo,
so funny,
bravo.
So funny.
And then he could mop up your tears.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know. See, it's perfect.
Love it.
I know. It's awesome. So, yeah, we should actually now record the mid-show, shouldn't we?
I guess.
I apologize. Have you been recording this whole time?
No.
Okay, good. Bring it back.
You sure you don't want to listen to Selena Gomez?
No.
Yes.
I don't.
Put some Selena on. Selena it up.
We're going to get so many copyright violations for this. It's amazing.
I think we're selling records is what we're doing.
You should tell Selena. Call her up.
I'll see if my daughter knows it.
So that was a really good intro.
It worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're professionals, people. We are professionals. So yeah, I think that segment worked out pretty good. What do you think? We got some randoms.
Just
we got
kidding.
Some characters.
It was awesome.
Thumbs up.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I love it too.
Keep it going.
I'm going to keep it going nonstop. And speaking of things I want to keep going, I want to go back to New York like right now. It was amazing. I had so much fun. Blink. We're there.
Oh, it's so loud.
Oh, here we are. We're in Central Park.
I'm going to get a bagel.
We ate so many bagels.
Oh, I love bagels.
I had like 5 bagels.
New York. Do you think it really is the water?
I think it's just the energy makes the bagels better.
It's the love.
It's the love of being in a city with very tall buildings and small streets and lots of cold air blowing in your face. It was very cold when we were there. But one thing I want to mention, we saw Kelly, opera geek Kelly.
You saw her in person?
I saw her in person, gave her some high fives. She got to hang out. We walked around Rockefeller Center.
Really?
Ate some Magnolia cupcakes.
Oh,
it was
Magnolia
a lot of fun.
cupcakes are so good.
I know, they're the best. And then Eugenio was there as well, and got to see him, which is awesome. And he is going to be on Dragon Talk, I think, coming up soon.
Oh, we're not like counting the days until that happens.
Oh, we're counting them.
I mean,
we're counting all 4
totally
of them.
counting.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the date
it's in
right
April.
now when it's happening, but it's soon.
It's like 42 days or something.
42 days away from now.
So something else happened.
Yeah.
That I was reading on Twitter, but I didn't see the whole story. And like you ran into someone, or somebody was playing D&D, and somehow you made her day. And then apparently she made your day too.
Yeah.
So what was this?
I was hanging out in this bar with my family and some of my friends that we used to go to all the time. It was across the street from the Crane Theater and New York Theater Workshop where Rent was first put up.
Oh.
So it was like this block that I spent so much time in when I was in New York producing theater. And I was like, well, let's just go to this bar. It's New York where Stomp was on it. So we were going to go see Stomp, and then we were going to go see that show. And then when we were there, we were playing with the kids. We were playing Big Buck Hunter, the video game of hunting. And I just happened to overhear from the table that was like 5 feet away. They're like, oh, I'm thinking about dungeon mastering, but, I can't. I don't know. It's a lot of commitment. But I really want to do it. I really want to do it. And I was like, are you guys talking about dungeons? Because they actually said DMing. They didn't say dungeon mastering.
Right.
I was like, are you guys talking about Dungeons and Dragons? They're like, yes, that's like my only hobby. And then everybody at the table was like, that's my only hobby too. I love it. It's so great. And there were these 2 girls, 3 women. I didn't realize until after I was talking to them that they were twins.
Oh.
So they were talking about starting to play, and I just was like, I had of course D&D T-shirts on, so I was like,
no way,
I work for D&D, and I definitely did that bit. And then my daughter, who possibly has an inflated view of how many people know me, was like, he's Greg Tito.
Oh.
And their look was like, who are you talking about? And
I
was like,
sweetie.
I'm like, it's all right. But and I gave him a card being like, just send me a note or message me on Twitter and I'll get you guys some stuff, because I just thought this was a really cool kind of thing. There were these young
so
people
random
in the place.
And were they theater people?
They were theater people. They were there potentially doing shows at one of the theaters nearby.
So perfect.
So
many worlds colliding.
You are my people. And then I let them know about Dragon Talk. I was like, me and Shelly.
They could be listening right now.
They could be listening right now. They could be watching right now. It's crazy.
Hi, Greg's new friends.
Hello. We're so excited. It was amazing. And
it's cool to see D&D in the wild.
It is. Yeah. And you don't even, I think we feel like we touch a lot of the community through the stuff we do here on the Twitch channel, as well as the podcast and all kind of things. But there's also this whole group of people that are playing that
it's just happening.
We don't have that connection with,
but we will,
unless we go into random bars in New York City.
I'll do that.
And do it. So
hey, I'll take one for the team.
That's my job now.
You can cover half the bars, and I'll cover the other half.
Okay, sounds good.
We're doing a bar tour.
Bar tour. There's only
6,000
different drinking establishments in New York City. We're gonna hit them all.
We can do it.
All right, let's do it.
So if my dad hears anything about D&D, like somebody talking about D&D, then that's like, it gets really bad. He's like, D&D. My daughter makes D&D. What do you mean she makes D&D? Well, she makes the game.
She's there.
She just makes it. Like, that's not what I do at all. Dad, someday we'll sit down and talk about what I really do.
You should tell him. And then he'll be like, so you don't make it?
Wait, that's not cool.
Flip some tables.
That's not cool at all.
But you know what is cool?
Talking to Kate Welch.
Yeah! That's the segue I was looking for.
Totally.
Awesome.
I'm afraid that you might not talk that much in this interview.
Because you and Kate are going to talk?
We like to talk
to
each other.
Let's do it.
But I think if you really want us to talk about D&D, then you should probably stay in the room.
I'm going to be here.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm all ears for it.
It'll be like makeup and like how we both want to be in a coven.
That's very D&D, all those things.
We have the same necklace.
Right now?
And so does Kate Irwin.
What?
And someone else. And we were like, this could be like our coven.
Let's go talk about it right now.
Coven code.
Coven code.
Yeah.
Approaching.
Yeah.
It's like the practice. Wait.
Charmed.
The practice is nothing.
That was that was like an Ally McBeal
William Shatner
spinoff
was
or
in
something.
it or something. I don't know. All right. I think as we were doing the whispering, it's probably a good time to cut that, right?
No.
No.
I want people to hear you say
The practice.
See, all the good stuff happens on Twitch.
The craft. That's what I'm thinking about. The craft. It's the
bringing it back
noun.
to Kraft macaroni and cheese.
CRAFT.
Right?
Yeah. My Fiona calls that the noodles or the straws. She's like the straws or the bunnies or
The bunnies are like the organic stuff.
I know, right? The good for you.
Kraft makes Star Wars ones.
Star Wars is cool.
BB-8s.
Maybe it.
Maybe. You know what Quinn does to me now? He takes his C-3PO action figure and he holds it in front of me and he pulls off his legs.
What? And you're supposed to be like, oh.
Yes. And then he pulls off his arms. And I'm like, oh, dear. I'm just a gold torso. Put me back together right now.
And I'm giggling.
I
can hear Quinn giggling.
He thinks I'm cool. And then he'll put it back together and then repeat.
One day he'll figure out the truth. But I'm not. You're the coolest. Not that you're as cool. You're the coolest.
Coolest. Mama's in a coven.
with 3 cool Kates. I don't know who the third Kate is, but
we'll find one. Yeah, let's gotta ask her who else is in our coven.
Any Kates out there?
2 Kates and a Shelley.
Join the coven. Then they'll kick you out because you can't have 4 witches. That just doesn't work.
Why?
3s, man.
Because of Macbeth.
You were gonna say the Scottish play. Yes.
Like we're not backstage.
Yeah. Do we have to spit, turn around in a circle, do all the things?
I can say it.
All right, outro time. Yeah. Do you think we got 13 minutes where we can do an outro? Think we can do it in 13 minutes?
If we do an outro that's 13 minutes, I mean, people are gonna. I have so much faith in us.
Nobody listens to this silly thing. No, we're not going to be interviewing C-3PO, but we could. That was a fantastic interview. I love talking to Kate in the office, and I'm glad we got to have her on the microphone.
I know. I'm excited to hear all about the work that she's been doing.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
She's a very talented young lady.
Extremely talented.
Like my daughter, Kesha. I think they're about the same age, too.
It's probably true. Yeah, that's right.
God, so Kate could also be my daughter.
What? I don't think so. Well, we'll have to ask. We'll have to find out. Anything going on in Avalon Hill world that you wanted to throw out there?
Hey, we're just trying to finish our Betrayal Legacy game.
It's true. It's set up right now in the middle of...
it's killing me.
What was it? The 4th chapter? The 5th chapter?
I don't... 5th,
Sixth?
maybe?
5th or 6th?
4?
4?
We're only on 4?
Dang.
The snow really messed us up because it kept hitting on Mondays.
It did.
Yeah. And now Bart is out on Monday, and he's the traitor.
He is the traitor.
Who's going to take his spot?
Oh, man, I thought we were going to try to do it later on today, but now we can't, huh? All right.
No.
Maybe we'll have him call in as a traitor.
Yes.
Via Skype or something
Let's
like that.
do it.
Yeah.
Or I'll just kill him.
Why don't we just kill him?
Just take his stuff. And
but we
move
are
on.
at that point that we're like, I don't know who can win. It's very hit or miss, so I don't think we can figure it out. But I like the way the story is going. It's
so
kind of crazy.
It is crazy.
I don't know how to finish it out, but we will.
And I just love the history. I just love flipping my card over and be like, oh yeah, that happened.
Remember?
And I just feel like it's like forming that my family is witches.
I did not know that they were witches.
Well, I mean, they fancy themselves witches, but they're all female so far, and all of their names begin with an M.
Magdalena.
Magdalena was one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's who I am.
You're
still,
right.
because she survived the last chapter, and I got to bring her back to life. Or bring her back.
Are you sure it's not like a clone or like an evil version of her?
I'll never be sure.
Not with that
is
game.
anyone ever sure?
No one's sure.
No one's sure.
No one's sure at all.
Sometimes I feel like maybe Rob shows up here after we all go home at night, and he like shuffles things around and makes weird things happen.
Rob Davio, the designer.
Yes,
of
like he
Betrayal
does
Legacy.
that to every game of Betrayal Legacy that's out there right now.
Underneath the table that we are currently playing on, there's something under there. It's Rob. I think it's Rob. I think that's where Rob sleeps.
I don't think that we're playing today, Rob. Go home.
Boom, boom. Okay. Thanks, Rob. Get out. You only let him out when he can come out with the expansion.
Yes. Yes. As soon as we finish this, which will be like in 2 years, and we'll want an expansion.
That may all make
the
sense.
next season. All right.
I'm excited for people to learn all about Ghosts of Saltmarsh. We'll be doing more topics and/or lore you should knows about that adventure, as well as what's going on with Saltmarsh in general going forward, which will be great. Again, that adventure comes out on May 21st everywhere. You can get it digitally. You can get it through your online retailers. You can get it at your local game store, but at your local game store is the only place you can get the alternate cover of a Sahuagin.
Be different.
With the kind of black, soft touch, metallic shininess going on. So I suggest you go to your local game store to do that first. May 21st. All right. If you need to find out anything about Dungeons and Dragons, well, there's a couple of ways you can get in touch. You can follow me. I'm at Greg Tito on Twitter. Yes. Greg's _Tito on Instagram. Yep. Right now, it's very much filled with pictures of my family in New York City. But we're doing more D&D stuff in there, too. I got to hang out with some awesome people and play D&D in Brooklyn when I was there. So there is a couple of good pictures about that from the folks who run the 20-sided store. So Lauren Belanco was a player, and she was great, as well as the folks from Brooklyn Quarter.
You were busy.
I was busy. Went to go a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, and then you can also go to DungeonsandDragons.com for all the latest kind of news and announcements there. Dragon Plus, though, is a great resource, and I want more people to download. There's a new issue that has tons of preview content about Ghosts of Saltmarsh in it, available right now. Just came out. So download it for your Android or your iOS phone, and check it out on the web at dragonmag.com. Where can people find out about you, Shelly Moo?
You can find out about me on Twitter at Shelly Moo, or Avalon Hill at Avalon Hill 2, or we're both on Facebook.
Sweet.
You can go to the Avalon Hill Facebook page, which I think is Avalon Hill Games.
And you can find all about Oso de la Fez
in Dragon Mag.
In Dragon Mag.
Yeah.
Should be fun.
It's so cool.
We, as always, want to get the word out about this podcast as much as possible. So if you're still listening to this outro, please tell your friends, share it on social media. We are hopefully trying to expand what we're able to do for you in podcast world in general. So any help you have getting the word out now would be an awesome time, and I'll give you virtual high fives, especially if you tag me on the Twitters. Expect a retweet or 5 from me.
5 retweets.
I'm breaking all the rules.
Crazy.
I love it.
You're a generous man.
You know what's really interesting about this ship, though, this falling star ship that we have here in front of us, is I don't know if it can sustain damage.
Oh no!
From
like a hailstorm.
From multiple D20s.
No.
Oh god! The ship is going down. I'm looking at the video of Pelham doing a close-up of me doing that right now.
Pelham, you control close-ups and stuff?
He controls...
Don't ever do that to me.
Everything. All right. We got it.
Pelham!
It's zooming in on your face. We got the intros and the outros. We did it.
We did it.
And we got 5 minutes to spare. So we're going to take a break right about now. We will get Kate Welch in here in the middle hot seat right here and talk all about what she's been doing here at Dungeons & Dragons, as well as her work on Ghosts of Saltmarsh.
Selena is one of my favorites. Come on.
When are we going to get Selena Gomez on here?
She might play D&D.
She probably does.